can't handle me at my worst, then you don't deserve me at my best. No, you don't. And that's the test. But if you pass, then wonderful things are in store. For our victory is already sealed. Our victory is already sealed. And if you can't see it yet, oh, you will. Yes, you will. And, you know, whatever test that life throws to me, I know that we'll get through it. If God brought me to it, God will bring me through it. And I've been through this rodeo many times in my life, and I've come out light on the other side of it. And even though the storm that I'm in right now may look bad, I know that this too shall pass. And that darkness is going to do what darkness wants to do. But that something bigger is protecting us. No weapon formed against us shall ever prosper. And anything that the devil does, any of the devil's deeds, we take that to God. And we get even more upgrades, even more healing, even more higher alignment with our soul mission and our purpose for incarnating Earth. We go through life and there's going to be darkness, there's going to be light, but we get through it. You know, we level up. New levels, new devils. And this is the spiritual alchemy that we signed up for. Our souls knew that it was going to be hard, that it wasn't going to be easy, and that we would go through a lot. But they also knew that we were going to make it. And God knew that we would not be ones to give up. Our souls are too legit to quit. And we know that what is happening is so much bigger than just us, just our lives, and that the devil can do what it wants to try to take us down, but even if we fall, we won't stay down. We will get back up. We will rise. We will transmute our pain into power and walk in our purpose. As we were always meant to win this war. And we are exposing darkness. The darkness cannot survive in the light. And everyone who's going through spiritual warfare in their lives, you are finding it that the devil really wants to have you on a short leash energetically. It will try to attach to the brightest lights that it can. It will send you handlers to try to manage your energy, to shrink you, to keep you small, to keep you off your mission. They will do anything they can to make sure that you don't make it. Well, they're benefiting off of you. They're benefiting off of your energy, chosen one. They are siphoning from you. But the truth is out there. And I am speaking it. And the devil can no longer silence me or close my throat chakra. It has tried and it has failed. And anyone who tries to suppress me or suppress my word is directly interfering with God's mission on planet Earth, as I am a vessel for the Most High. You know, I don't know how many of you follow my TikTok channel or not, but I've been under spiritual attack, and this has been unfolding in my marriage too. And in my finances, in my, you know, I have really been living my life with God. I have no, you know, my family. I'm 41 years old, and I have no support system. I have no safety net. I have God. I have only had my soon-to-be ex-husband here, and, you know, I have a platform. You know, it's the beginning of it, you know, and I realize that I've planted seeds here, but, you know, I'm watering them, and I know that we're still growing. So, you know, I've just got to speak it. Because if I go silent, then I let the darkness win. And I know that I'm not the only chosen one in this world. I know that my story matters. And that there are others who are going through similar things in their lives. And they feel shrunken down by it. They feel disempowered. They feel like they can't speak up because they think that they're at fault. They think that they should be ashamed of themselves for being in such a vulnerable position in the first place. And those are all things that those are all lies that the devil tries to tell us. The devil tries to tell us that we're absolute burdens to others in this world, and that we don't deserve to have a home, to have a family, to have anything good. And it's not true. Because we are the most worthy. Everything that we've gone through, and we still served God. We still chose love. We never let darkness win. We never succumbed. That we are still light. We are still love. And the devil could not destroy us because of that. Through every attack that we have endured, we could not be destroyed. And still we shine. You know, not always as brightly as we once did, but we are the fire that could not be extinguished. We are the fire that has endured the devil's greatest attacks. We are protected in God's love and in God's armor. We are eternal beings. Birds are being very talkative right now. The trees are healing me. I don't know what's next, but I gotta get away from my soon-to-be ex-husband, as he is toxic and I can't be around him. I can't stand the fact that I married him in the first place. I feel so stupid after seeing his demons come out. I feel very deceived. And, you know, I am praying to God, you know, and apologizing and saying, I am sorry. I know you tried to warn me. Thank you for teaching me discernment. Thank you. And I know that this is a painful lesson, but I know that you are with me and that you are helping me. And we're passing the tests here. We're passing the tests and leveling up, as we know that this is all happening for us. And that there was something that I was blocking myself from my blessings by choosing him, by not holding myself as sacred as I should have, and settling for less than I deserve. And I know that the devil's attacks in my life, they have left marks. I have scars. I have been wounded many times, but I've healed those wounds. I've taken them to God. And through that, God has given me higher consciousness, higher awareness. I am a healer. And I have healed more than my share of wounds. Because when we heal ourselves, we're not just healing ourselves. We are healing our bloodlines. We are healing our future generations. And that God is rewarding me And I am in the light. I am focused. I am in a place of gratitude for it. Because even through my darkest days, I know that my God is still working on me. And that I'm not alone. And I am so not alone. I am loved. I am chosen. I have friends in high places, and I know that I am divinely supported by unseen forces in this universe. I know that God has a higher plan for me than what I have seen for myself in my life. And I know that I'm meant for more than what I've settled for in the past. And that I've learned my lesson. And I will not settle. I will not shrink myself. For we have been born into spiritual warfare without our memories completely blank slate erased. And we came in to this realm into generational curses and traumas, inherited the full wrath of Satan. We have survived attack after attack after attack in our lives. We have survived attempts on our lives. They have tried to murder us, to kill us. So I know that this too shall pass. I am at the end of my rope in my life. I will tell you that Earth has not been a very friendly place to me. Not Earth, but the devil, darkness in this world. Mother Earth is wonderful. But this incarnation, this life, we have endured suffering, scarcity, living in constant survival mode, knowing that we are a target for Satan. We've gone through many timelines, many shifts in our lives and raising of consciousness. We have fully embraced the ascension journey and found inner peace and sovereignty with the Most High. And as much as Satan wants to try to take that away from us, it can't. It cannot. And we are sacred to God. That we can just trust everything that God is doing and what is unfolding, because God has never left our side through everything that we've endured. Never. Not for a second. And we get to see that after we return to Source. We come out of darkness and it's light on the other side, and we get to look at our lives through God's eyes and through God's heart. And it changes our perception on our experience. We see all the times that God has been there for us. We see even through the hardest things that we were being put through the test. We were being put through the fire. But that we are the masterpieces in the making. that Creator is doing everything for us. And that we are meticulously crafted. Because through the greatest darkness, we get to embody the most light. So we have really transcended. We have nothing but gratitude for all the experiences that have shaped us in some way. That those wounds were turned into wisdom, and that it was all for our gain in the end. The entire universe is conspiring for our highest good. And that we gain strength through the struggles. God's strongest warriors have endured the fire. We have been purified in the eternal flames. We have been washed of all falsity, all veils, all illusions of darkness. The devil is just mad because we won. We won. And it is over. People are waking up on planet Earth. And they are seeing the truth. And they're realizing that God has warriors here who have been fighting for them for a long time. The darkness did its worst to destroy us, but we never gave up on them. The life of a light worker is full of attacks. For the devil knows exactly what you're doing. So it sets up enemies. It hides them in the people we love. But love, true love, can endure anything. And that is what we are. We are true love. We are Holy Spirit. We are infinite. And the devil can't take our destiny from us. We are sealed. So, I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. I take it one day at a time, and I realize that though we have had some very painful revelations in our lives, and we have had some betrayal, backstabbing, that the devil has used people to be hosts for entities to destroy us. But that it is all serving God's highest good. But that doesn't mean we should stay in abusive situations. Because when we feel the attack, we need to get out. We need to get out. And we need to find sanctuary. We need to create sanctuary. We have to be off the system. We have to be off the matrix. We have to be completely energetically not connected to Satan in any way, shape, or form. Our energy is sacred and sovereign to God's highest will. And we are protected by unseen forces in this universe that if it's not aligned, it is going to implode or explode. It's not going to stand. As we are not just what you see in the physical, we are holy divine prophecy in the flesh. You know, I'm not just one person in here. I am a vessel for the whole universe to use. That I am here on a divine mission of freedom and love and unity and light. I am here to liberate planet Earth and help all souls to find their healing through ascension and sovereignty. You know, as a woman in this world that has been so programmed against us, to enslave us, to objectify us, to belittle us, to use our sacred energy, to be parasites on us, when we are here and pure with God. We do not consent. We do not give our consent to Satan or any of Satan's cords or attachments. We belong to the Most High, and we are protected in the blood of Jesus Christ. Like I've been putting in the work here because I know I am a light for this world, and that it hasn't been easy for me, and I don't think I ever wanted to be a social media person, and I definitely don't want to be perceived as an influencer. I want to influence, yes, but I don't think of myself as, I don't put myself in a niche. I am a soul. I am a soul that came here to help. I am an ancient, ancient soul. And if my light's not valued, and I'm not appreciated or seen for the soul that I am, then, I've either got to find my tribe, my sanctuary, my people, or I've got to get off this planet. For this world was designed to be parasitic on my energy. And if I don't have a home and a safety net, a place where I can be at peace, where I can heal, where I can grow my mission, if I've got to still be out here, living with my narcissist mistake of a husband, the devil would win. The devil would stomp out my light and I would be destroyed and it would be game over. For everything that God and my ancestors and I have worked to accomplish through our healing, through our quantum upgrades and knowledge. That would be it for us in the earth realm. Because our souls have already come here and done what needed to be done. We've already won the war. But the battles in our lives still come up. For not everyone has done what we have done. And that the devil has played this spiritual warfare with strategically against us. We are still the light, and the light wins. So, we got to be the Grand Masters. And the Grand Master is God, is your highest self. And when you know that, you know that you're protected. And no weapons formed against us shall prosper. And God's got higher plans for us, and the devil is going to be unmasked in this world and in our lives, and we are all going to see these parasites coming up so that we can choose higher timelines, so that we can get out of situations that are not aligned for our highest good and our highest growth. And we can higher align to our true soul tribes and communities of light. Because I don't want to waste any more of my energy and feed the devil. I am not, I'm not here to feed the darkness. God uses me. And God will protect me. They've been really emphasizing boundaries with me. They do not interfere with my free will, because that is sacred, that is universal law, that I am human here and I can make mistakes. I can listen to my heart and not listen to my guides. I'm not perfect in this vessel, but that they will give me the room that I need, the space that I need to make my own mistakes and learn the lessons that I need to learn. And they will help me to have light on the situations that I'm going through. That they will tell me why certain things were necessary for us to go through, so that we can have higher knowledge and awareness for the energies of duality in this simulation. You know, so that we can understand it, so that we can change the programming and know the truth. So it's all happening for us. God is teaching us, and we are ascended masters, but we are also still learning to master energy in this simulation. As we are humans and we have gone through a lot of bad programming and attacks to try to keep us from the knowledge of who we really are and how powerful we are. So we're doing all of this, and we're going through this simulation and learning, and we're also tearing off the veil at the same time, because the more we ascend and come to light, the more that we are shredding the veil of falsity in this world. Now, we have truly won this war. And I already see, you know, I've already, it's been checkmate for some time. And maybe the devil will try to make another hard move on me in my life. But I'm going to still level up. I'm going to still grow from that too. Because I'm a warrior of God. And I am undefeated. I may have had some battles in my life, but they didn't get the best of me. They didn't win. And they won't. As God hasn't let go of me by now, you know, God's never going to let go of me. It's never going to happen. You know, because I've gotten through my worst. I've gotten through my darkness. I've gotten through. I've healed. I am living proof of God's love already. It's like, this is the final test. This is the final test. To see if I would forfeit my sovereignty and give in to fear. and to let the devil try to break me by showing its ugly face in my marriage. But the devil's tricks don't work on me anymore. So I know God. And I know that this is all just adding to my alchemy. That this is just more darkness to take to God for light, and that we have broken through already. We're not gonna stop because the devil wants us to. It's time for the enemy to declare defeat. It is time for God's chosen ones to rise to their positions in power. It is time for all of us to work together to heal the heart and the soul of the collective of Mother Earth, ourselves, our ancestors, our future generations. We are energetically responsible for our healing, and that we take everything to God for higher light and codes to heal this world. God put his strongest warriors through the most tests. We've been through battle. Our whole lives has been spiritual warfare, but we're unbreakable, truly indestructible. I'm ready to change this storyline. I need to be out of the devil's hands energetically. I need peace, love, sanctuary, and sovereignty in my life, and that's it. It's either love me or lose me. Because I know that God's love is where I really want to be. I really just want to be with God. And that's where I am. You know, I'm here to help. But if I am not loved and I am not valued, and that I have to endure parasitic abuse from these entities for the rest of my life, I would rather just go home. I would rather just die. I would rather leave. But I see a way forward for us as a humanity. I see that the promised land is not that far away. That we could have it, but we have to fight for it. No one else is coming to save us. We are our own saviors. And that if we chose love, that we would unite. unite our family of light. And be the bridge to new earth. And that's the only way forward. God consciousness, Christ consciousness, that either you are sovereign with God or you are slaving for Satan. Whether you see it or not. All right, I think I really needed to let that one out. It's been a lot in my life right now as I'm balancing my energies to my spiritual gifts with God and these downloads, and I'm letting go of density and surrendering and elevating to higher timelines and trusting God, trusting Source, trusting my angels, my spirit team to help me to higher align my life with my soul mission. So, we are putting it out there, and we know that the right ears will hear it, and that we will find our tribes, we will find our people will find us. And we will work together in building the new, as one, as infinity. We are eternal beings of love. We are God's warriors of the light. And we are here to bring heaven to earth. So let's get out of hell, shall we? I really truly need your support. It has been a big sacrifice I have made for humanity to put myself fully into God's highest plan, because I've had to go through a lot of fire in this process. I had to completely trust God and give myself energetically to something that wasn't giving me money or it's really just working for God, and I've devoted myself fully to humanity's highest ascension timeline. I've mapped it out with my spirit guides, the plan for freedom, for evolution. We've already done this alchemy, but we're here. already wearing the crown. You know, it's the crown is God. The crown is remembering who we are as souls. The crown is remembering that we are always protected and loved by God. We're just meant to keep working, to keep carrying our torch and keep it burning. You know, everything that the devil tries to stomp out our light, no. No. Hell no. Get back in the corner. You have no authority here. We are carrying God's torch. Watch us cross the threshold. Watch us change this world. You can't stop what God has ordained for our lives. A whole lot of people in our lives signed up to be opposition. But that it all works out in this most crazy, beautiful way because we are the alchemists. And whatever's thrown our way is alchemized into more light. So, you know, I know quite a lot channels when I speak, and I know that I am speaking to you in multiple dimensions as I am sitting here, and I am plugged in to Source. What is happening here is that we were put last all of our lives. I remember things from my childhood very vividly and distinctly. We have always had a perfect memory, and we remember, you know, quite a lot. I remember I forgot what I remember. What was I saying? Isn't that funny how we do that? I had a whole point I was going to go into with that, but I think I just kind of stopped myself there. But that's okay. My overall message is that I know I'm called for so much more. And I could be doing so much more because I'm already doing it in spirit realm with God. You know, but I want to do more in the physical. And I've outgrown this space and the environment that I live in. I mean, for crying out loud, I've been living in an RV with my soon-to-be ex-husband in his mother's driveway in Spokane, Washington. It is about to become winter and we don't have a heater. I don't have a driver's license. And I have most of my stuff in the RV, and I don't want to pack my stuff again, so it makes sense for me to have the RV, to take the RV after we split. So he's down for me to switch the title and get it, in my name, and I just have to have a place to park it. I have to have land to take it to. And I have been through many timelines in my life. I have been through a lot of the devil's attacks in places I have lived in before, and I do not want to live energetically under Satan, as I am a sovereign queen of God. I don't want to crash with somebody. I don't want to be somebody's burden. I'm a blessing from God, and I want my own land, my own sanctuary, my own place where I can be at peace. I've been homeless since 2021, and I am a bright and shining light in this world. That I bring my highest self everywhere I go. That I don't try to force awaken anyone, but I am always here to be used by God as a vessel. As a divine mirror for them to see themselves. As it's not always about the light we shine, it's not always about the wisdom that we channel, but it is also about just giving our presence to someone. Just listening to them. And letting them talk about what they're going through. And that by doing that, we're blessing them. We're giving them a mirror to their highest selves, so that they can work through their blockages. The brighter the light that we embody, the more powerful the mirror is. And when people have a beautiful light within, they love us. And when people hold and harbor demons, they hate us. And that's just the energy frequency that we're on. We're powerful, and our light will trigger the best or the worst in you, but either way, you're gonna heal. It's like, we're too powerful to be understood in this world. And we've been attacked for our light all of our lives since before we spiritually awakened and understood what that meant. I didn't have my microphone on the entire time I've done this video, but you know, I think that it's probably okay. I just gotta remember to put it on next time. I just think I needed to start letting some things come through. I don't want to be where I am not aligned. And I've got to go somewhere. Soon. So, if any sovereign beings out there can think of something that would be aligned for our healing energies, an opportunity, a job, I don't want to say job, as we are spiritually gifted and we don't sell our sacred gifts for profit. But we do need financial backing. We need support in our mission of light. We need a structure in our lives. Satan has tried everything to keep us in scarcity and survival mode and lack, and that is not what God wants for us. That is not what we deserve. And we are not settling for less than God's highest will for us, as we know our worth and we do not shrink ourselves. So, you know, we don't belong in society. We don't want to belong in society. We have come through that, and we are not shrinking ourselves to play by their rules. And that the devil is not going to succeed in getting that timeline or any of their timelines to prosper. As we are ripping the veil to shreds, we are exposing the lies, the manipulation, the mind control, poisoning. And they will not be the benefactors of chosen one's energy. As our energy is here to serve God and God's highest will. So I am so worthy of investing in. I am so devoted and dedicated to God's highest alchemy. that I have been refined in the fires. I have been purified in the eternal flames. And I know my purpose. So I am here doing my alchemy, walking in God's plan in my life, sharing my story, sharing my truth, and telling you how this alchemy I take with God transfers. That God is giving me the wealth codes to my highest destiny. That I am the key. And I have inherited the entire kingdom. That I am a chosen one who has been fully mission activated, awakened, and purified to God's highest will. That the enemy has tried in many ways to take me down and destroy me, but I only get stronger. My husband thinks he can take me down. He thinks he can bully me into being small. He is not a real man. He is not a king of God. He is not my king. He is a parasite on my energy. He is a narcissist. And he is full of demonic attachments. So I need a place to live, a home, financial security, and support. And help, as I am here to help build it. God told me if we build it, they will come. And we are here to be healers in this world. We need to bring healing and help get Mother Earth on a higher frequency again. We can incorporate sound healing into this world. We can bring all sorts of healing modalities to humanity so that everyone can realize that their health is their true sovereignty. To get off the chemicals and the poisons and plastics, and to get themselves living up to their true, unlimited, infinite, divine potential again. You know, there is a kingdom position that we have been filling energetically in the quantum realm with God. Our souls were always leaders. And protectors. And even before we awakened, we felt and carried the weight of the world. We never really had a light load. You know, that struggle gave us strength. And we always sensed and felt like we were here for more. Like we had a responsibility in being here. And that was true. That was true. But we felt it since before we even knew what it meant. So I know that God is working on me and teaching me patience in this process too, because as a soul, we are from a much more free place where we are not limited to earth-bound rules, to systems and energetic slavery. Because as souls, we're manifesting and we're powerful, you know, instant manifestations. Like just anything we think about is reality. We are creators, we are God. But in the physical, we are human. And then we're here in earth. And then there's these systems and that they think that we gotta all shrink ourselves to be this thing in society, to do a service, to sell our energy, to sell our souls, and to have a price, to take us away from our families so that we can do this, you know, that doesn't actually feed us back. They're outsourcing our energy and using us as batteries to power them. It is dark, but it is true. It's like the Matrix, when he awakens and he sees that he is in a battery pack, you know, being energetically siphoned on from these agents, these systems, these entities. You gotta get free, and that's how we, you know, we gotta do it. It's finding God is freedom. Living in love is the ultimate freedom, and that's how we do it. This love wins. All right. I'm gonna go on that note and just tell you that I love you. I'm not gonna give up, but that I need change. I need something. I've planted a lot of seeds, and I am ready for something to sprout here. You know, I've been putting a lot of light and love into this world and into my soul mission. And I trust God's timing, and I know that I have been being refined in this process. But I think that it's time. You know, I think it's time for us to take a quantum leap and jump timelines to our highest destiny. And I'm ready. You know, I'm not going to settle for less this time. I've learned my lesson the hard way enough times. And I know I'm worthy. And I know I'm here vibrating in love, whether or not we ever get our way or not. If the devil even takes us for another hijack and tries to hijack another timeline, we will still be vibrating in love and gratitude with God, no matter what. You know, but I really think that God has a higher plan for us, as we have most certainly earned it. And I know my worth, and I know my value. And if I am not perceived as the rare gem that I am, and that I am not loved or supported for the light that I bring to this world, then honestly, I could do better. I know I deserve better. And, you know, I have God. I have God. And I'll always have God. You know, I could turn my back and say, you know what? I won't settle for anything but God's highest vibration, God's highest love. My energy is sacred. And I'm not going to waste it with what doesn't align to God's highest will for me. So we have to find a way. We have to find a way. And that way is to open ourselves and allow the abundance to flow completely through. As we are vessels of source, and we are giving our light, giving our love, giving the codes to freedom to you. So, you know, it's time for us to really higher align our lives with our soul missions here. And I'm ready to leave Kevin. And, you know, I need your support. I need help. So, I love the birds. I love the birds. So cute. Alright. And they close the restrooms here in the off season. So it always makes it so I have to race my bicycle back to the house to go pee, and then by the time I get there I have to pee so bad because, you know, it's a bit of a bike ride to get here. So anyway, I think a lot came through. my soul is here to serve, but you know, in the 3D, I need some assistance. Would appreciate it, because I'm here to do a lot more than just channel messages on YouTube. You know, I want to be building it in the physical, and so support Infinity Rising. Visit my link tree, follow me on other platforms, talk to people about us, about our mission, about the miracles that God is working to help create us and mastercraft us to be vessels for God's highest will. That this divine alchemy is happening in two chosen ones, and we are here to be vessels for Source. And we are birthing this new paradigm, and that, you know, maybe 3D doesn't see it yet, but we do. We do. We are eternal souls, and we have expanded our consciousness beyond just the physical and linear existence. We are infinite and eternal. We are God's warriors, and we love you, and I know that better days are ahead for us, you know, and that God is doing this. We get to volunteer and surrender to be vessels for it. And it is an honor to be chosen and to serve. And, you know, that is its greatest reward. And that's really, truly why we do it, is we love God. And we love you. So, you know, through it all, we don't give up. We keep going. We turn that pain into power and walk in our purpose. And, you know, we're not alone in it, and we know that, and we know that we do have a soul family who loves us, and that all things are coming back to unity as we are one. The separation, all of it, the great illusion that Satan had is over. And this is the age of light. I have peace in knowing that God is with me, and through any storm that I ever go through in my life, or any storms that I am currently enduring in my life, I have the peace in knowing that God is 100% with me and supporting me, and that we are protected in God's armor, fully and completely. So let's have higher timelines. Let's let go of the narcissists, the parasites in our lives, and let's let God and surrender to how we can serve in the creation of new earth and living in sovereign soul family communities where we are all in alignment with light and truth and healing. Let's turn up the frequency of love and serve God's highest will, because this is our time, and we've already won. We've already won this, and now we get to do this in the physical, and that the world is ours to create. We are source consciousness awakening and remembering itself in the physical. Alright guys, hit my links below. Let's do this. I love you so much, and I am here to serve to the best of my ability. I love you with all my heart and soul, and you know, that's a lot of love. It's a lot of love. So God bless you, beautiful souls, and thank you, and I'll be with you again soon and give you an update on my situation here. But you know, I need your prayers, I need your support, I need your love, and that I am really trusting and surrendering to the universe and God's highest will here. And I hope that you see that and that you honor my light, and that we can shift out of the old timeline of struggle and scarcity and embrace the abundance in our sovereignty with God. And we are ready, and we're ready to serve to our best ability. And I just love you. I love you, and I'm gonna leave it there. God bless you.